everything, everything, everything I touch will break. And every day, every day, every day you give and I take. I'm living the best that I can, but fate never followed my plan. I saw your face painted on the wall, shapeless in space, colorless and small. I remember you, faded and subdued. I spent the day haunted by your sight, hiding away, curse away the light. I remember you, fading out of view. You're a memory now, you're all faded and brown. You're just namelessly hung on the tip of my tongue in a silent remark. You're a memory now, you're just dust on the ground, just a whisper of steam on the crest of the dream while I walk in the dark. Memory now. Sheltered and safe, hidden and concealed, your timid face never was real.
Es que la vendió la camisa. Me llega la camisa, le digo, te la vendo. Pero está sudada, le dice. Rebajale $2.
Shake off the dust, wipe away the years, scrape off the rust, nothing more of you. I've been through it all, still I can't recall.
Aquí no se asuste que le sale una...
was no gravity that sucked me in your orbit. There was no magnet that was in your heart. The one restriction was the friction that was keeping us a little too far apart. Well, why fight it? I was secretly delighted. I gave chase and then I let you win. You felt lovely when you loved me like a fool, but now I can't let go of your skin. You know that I never knew that you are crazy glue, my darling. And I'm stuck to you, but I'm cozy and I don't wanna wiggle loose. You're honey like a finger in the beehive. The bees are buzzing in a tizzy fit, and they're stinging, but I'm singing like a fool, 'cause you're as sweet as a banana split. You're sticky like a hippie in the summer. You're like syrup in the slushy tray. One touch of you and I will never leave, 'cause I believe I can't get away. You know that I never knew that you are crazy glue, darling. And I'm stuck to you, but I'm cozy and I don't wanna wiggle loose. I don't wanna wiggle loose. Hold on to me, hand in hand follow. Hold on to me as if you had a choice. I never knew that you are crazy glue, my darling. And I'm stuck to you, but I'm cozy and I don't wanna wiggle loose.
Yo solo queremos pastel. Coca-Cola que también.
Nacieron los guajolotes.
Bueno, yo voy a decir que para la próxima no es el guajolote la que voy a ir yo.
Cantaron los sopilotes.
Oíste que limpiamos más el...
Feliz deseo, Gris.
Ya.
Que amanezca empiernado, dice. Uy, qué agresividad.
No, eso es de aquí, del pastel.
The trouble in my eyes is so long. Have you something stronger? The moment they're gone with love. I have waited longer. But more with purple with love.
Summer's day in Shepherdstown, an eagle in a thermal is a circling round like a tire on a bike rolling down Columbus Street. But Katie got a little look of hope in her eyes, and her arms unfold and she looked to the skies and said, I'm gonna learn to fly around with you, yeah. She jumped up high and she fell to the ground and skinned her little knee and made a horrible sound. She got right up and she tried it again, and smiling all the way with her unstoppable grin. Take time, do what you're gonna do, and just smile, you're gonna see it through. Your wings are gonna sprout and lift you off the ground. No, no, take time, do what you're gonna do. Just smile, you're gonna see it through. Your wings are gonna sprout and you will learn to fly. Saturday, I watched you fly away across the empty sky. I turned around and waved goodbye, and now it's me alone. It's just an empty home that's on an empty street in a town that always sleeps.